Hi, this is Armin with Lennar Homes. I just want to touch on the California Dream for All in 2024, which, from what I hear, is going to come back in April. We had it before in 2023, which was great, and it ran out of budget very quickly. And as they promised, it is coming back right now. Just a disclosure, I'm not a loan officer. These are the information I investigated from internet and their website, CalHFA website, and try to share with you. So I highly encourage you to do your own due diligence. If needed, I can connect you with Lennar Mortgage loan officers who will do CalHFA program. But just a summary of what's going to happen to have some sort of um, familiarity with it. But what is California Dream for All program? What happens basically, CalHFA is gonna help new home buyers up to 20% of the purchase price for the down payment, up to $150,000 max. That's the cap to enable new home buyers to purchase a home. What happens is when they decide to refinance the home or sell the home, that's when they have to pay the principal back, and also they have different categories, but between 15 to 20% of um, the appreciated amount of the home. I set an example later on, but for example, if you buy the home for 500,000 and when you sell it, it's going to be 600,000. It has appreciated 100,000. So you agree to pay 20% of it back to CalHFA when you're selling the home or you're refinancing it. But don't worry about it because I have a very detailed example about it later on. 2023 program, the first phase of California Dream for All, helped around 2,200 new homeowners who purchased a home through it. For the qualifying, there are obviously some requirements. Very quickly, you got to be a first-time home buyer. It says that you need to be either a citizen or the national of the United States or a qualified alien. You need to meet credit and income requirements for CalHFA, which I tell you in a second, and you have to be a first generation home buyer, which I'm going to explain. Those are differences between this time around and the last time. To be a first generation home buyer, from what they are saying is that a home buyer who has not been on title, held ownership, or been on a mortgage to a home in the United States in the last 7 years. So before the first-time home buyer, usually it is like you haven't owned a home in the last 3 years. Now, in the past 7 years, you shouldn't have owned a home, and it seems like you shouldn't have been on the mortgage either. So this is something that we need to check with our lender. But if you co-sign and you're still not on the title, you might not be eligible for this. But in addition to this, this is the second part which makes it tricky. To the best of the home buyer's knowledge, whose parent, biological or adoptive, do not have any present ownership interest in a home in the United States, or it continues. So not only you have to be a homeowner and haven't owned the property in the past 7 years, but also your parents, they shouldn't own a home or be on the title of a home at this point. And it says to the best of the home buyer's knowledge. Honestly, I don't know how they're going to enforce it and make sure, but that's what they are asking for right now. I want to go over some of the differences between this time around and 2023. In 23, CalHFA income requirement for LA County was $194,000 a year. For Orange County, it was $253,000. It means that if your household, the total income, for example, for Orange County was under $253,000, you would be eligible for this program. This year, they have lowered it, meaning that for Los Angeles County, your income has to be under $155,000, and in Orange County, it has to be under $202,000. There's a catch to it. It seems like the combined annual income of the buyers on the loan has to be under that amount. So, for example, if you and your wife are both going to be on the title, that's my understanding. Again, we have to check with the loan officer. But if you and your wife are both on the title, but only your income is enough to support the purchase price, and you're making $2,000 and live in Orange County, that is sufficient. If you add your wife and your income goes over 200 and 2,000, you can just not put your wife on the loan and keep your income under 200 and $2,000, if that makes sense. The other difference is that in 2023, it was really crazy because it was first come, first served. So the person who purchased the home the soonest and submitted his information to CalHFA, then he would get the loan. Right now, that's a good change actually. So what happens is it seems like in April, they're gonna open a website. You can go there and submit your information, and there will be some sort of lottery. And if your name comes out, you get a voucher and you have 90 days to buy a home, which makes sense. You don't have to close within 90 days, but you have to go into a contract within 90 days of the time that you get the voucher. So that helps a lot to take that rush and craziness out of the picture. One other thing that I wanted to touch on for here is I want to show you how that appreciation, sharing the appreciation works, which I have to pull it up. Just bear with me for a second. So this is an example. They have two different tiers, which honestly I'm not sure. Some of them you have to share 20% appreciation, 20% of appreciation, and the other one 15,000. But in this example, I go with the 20,000 worst case scenario. So for example, you want to purchase a home for $500,000, $500,000. CalHFA helps you to put $100,000 down, and then your first mortgage is going to be $400,000. So you get $100,000 from CalHFA and $400,000 loan, and you purchase the home. When time comes 5 years later, you sell the home for $640,000. So your home has appreciated $140K. So you purchased it for $500,000, you sold it for $640,000. So you have $140,000 home appreciation. What happens is 20% of this $140,000, $28,000 goes to CalHFA. So you have to pay them back $100,000 and $28,000 the appreciation share of the home, which is $128,000. And then the remaining is going to be yours, which is going to be $142,000. If you sell the home for $640,000, your mortgage is going to be roughly around $370,000 when you pay it back, and you pay back $128,000 the CalHFA debt. Then you're left with $140,000 equity. So the question I have is, what happens if the market doesn't go as well and the value of the home goes down? What happens? But that's a question that I'm not sure if anybody can answer. But that was pretty much a quick recap of what's going to happen in April. I'm pretty sure there will be a lot of people interested in those homes. So our lending company, Lennar Mortgage, does CalHFA. You would need to be prepared for it for the time that lottery opens. So you need to get qualified to make sure you are eligible, you meet all the criteria, and also with that, if you get the 20% up to $150,000 down payment assistance from the CalHFA, your income still can support the purchase price of a home. So I highly encourage you, if you're interested, I can connect you with our loan officers at Lennar Mortgage. Also, I highly encourage you to come in and take a look at homes we have to see to start understanding what your needs are and what you can buy with your money. We have plenty of projects in West Covina right now, in Montebello, in Irvine, in Anaheim, in Huntington Beach. I can help you with all of them. So feel free to give me a call back. Sorry, this was a very quick video to make. Sorry for any typos or if it didn't go as smooth as I wanted. But again, this is Armin with Lennar Homes. My contact information is in the description. Let me know if you need help. Thank you so much and make it a great day.